Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's me, Eric Techstuffs, and we're back again with another video. And we're going to talk about this Baofeng, and let me get that in the camera, UV-5RIII. I think they have almost out of spaced for all these versions of the UV-5R by Baofeng, but this is a Tri Band unit, so I'm going to talk about this and a little bit of tricks to program it coming up. Stick around. And we're back talking about this Baofeng UV-5R3, and that represents the Tri Band on that. And the controversy was, I had a gentleman message me in the comments after I made the prepper video that he bought a couple of Baofeng walkie-talkies, and he said they were locked to the ham band. And this is the Tri Band version that represents the 3, but yeah, it's the popular version of the UV-5R, and it only has a took the battery out already, but let me show you the frequency coverage real quick. We have frequency coverage here that comes down. We can get this a little bit in focus. Look at that. We have light and focus. 136 to 173 for our VHF. It's a very hefty number. I mean, almost 174. And 200 through almost 260. And then there's 400 to 520. I think the other one was, well, 519 anyway. But I think the other ones were up to the lower 500s, if even. So yeah, we have a great coverage on this, and yeah, it's the same as everything. But yeah, let me plug this in real quick. And of course, these are blue batteries. They may buddy the other ones, but channel mode. Yeah, we're in channel mode. Same lady in the box, same voice that we have for her. And yeah, right now we have JRMS, and of course I'm just into a dummy load here, and being able to broadcast out. And I have a couple of frequencies programmed in. Of course, there is our voice. I got to turn that off. And I have this label, and of course you can program this in. And actually, let me take this off so it doesn't. There we go. That's I just had the sticker on. It's that new. But these Tri Band units, once the gentleman put out, they wanted to see these and told me they were locked. I got kind of nervous, so I had a pack coming in anyway of these Baofeng units. Same as this, different seller that I got them from originally, but yeah, this is 222, so there it shows you, you know, we're right there within the 1.25 meter band, or 1 1/4 meter. I usually call it 220, and you know, there's 70 centimeters, 440, and we can do all that. So there's that, and we're keying up, showing you a canned, and we're going back to JRMS 460s. So yeah, these all work. And yeah, if we go back, let me just back to the B band. That's the thing, though, it's the same display. It looks identical as the UV-5R series, all the different versions, and this was one of the updated ones. And yeah, once this prepper video I did earlier on these came out, a gentleman told me, yeah, they're getting locked out, and you won't have the frequency coverage that that this unit has. So let me go ahead and get a box out, because I got nervous and purchased a crazy amount. No, I actually had some coming in, but let's go ahead and just do an unboxing real quick. Part 1 of the case I ordered of the Tri Band that I showed earlier. I got those super cheap, and people were telling me that the Baofengs are now coming locked. So I'm going to open up one of these fresh on the air. Going to go ahead and program it up with the cable real quick, and we'll see if they are locked still. Super cheap Tri Bands, under $30. I need to change this razor. I thought about it when I had the other video. Oh, cool. So each one is individually wrapped. Boy, this looks like a drug package. It does. Alright, well, either way, that's that. Go ahead and open this up. I thought it would just be a pack inside, but guess not. It's going to be the same generic package. Yep, same generic packaging. Problem is, oh, did they update this? Oh yeah, they updated it. Actually, no, they didn't. Still on this shows the Scrambler, or Scrambler rather. Those were on the B-Tech series and the first series. These that don't have a LCD display. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and just get this open. It's gonna have the same stuff they all do: generic, battery, earpiece, buds, all the adapters. Actually, this one has the back to the old school AC adapter on this one. But okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and see if we got power on this. Let's bring this. Okay, so yeah, we have the generic user manual. Everything's the same as the other one. And since it's Tri Band, it's going to have two antennas. One's for the 2-meter 440, and one is for the 220. Technically, 1 1/4 meter, 1.25 meters, 220 band. So yeah, these are the Tri Band units, and yep, it's the same model number as the other ones. Right there, UV-5RIII signifies and dignifies that it is the Tri Band unit. Do we have power? Yeah, we actually have a little decent amount of power. I like when they come a little bit charged still. So they haven't been sitting around too long. There we go. We're just going to go ahead and fire this off. Now I'm going to send the file. It's a prepper file that I had for the other ones, and you got to make a new one for each radio model. You have, of course, you got to prep it with it on. Let's go ahead and get down and zoom in here. See what's going on. See, we're 459. That's pre-programmed. And let's see. There we go. We actually have a decent amount of light right there. But yeah, we don't need the antennas right now. We're just going to program it up. I have the file on the computer here. So I'm going to go ahead and upload it to the radio. And this is the most interesting thing about this. So it is a Baofeng UV-5RIII. And I use Chirp software, of course, to program it up. Very simple. Does a lot of ham radio equipment as well. So, found out the way to program this is a Tri Band, because if you use UV-5R, which is what Chirp has in the manual, you would think that would be this UV-5R. Now you can read and write to it all day long just fine until you try and do the 220, the 1.25. It'll say it's out of range, because the UV-5R, since there is no dignifier for the different versions, and since this is a Tri Band and the UV-5R is just a dual band, you can only do 2-meter and VHF high of 400 megahertz. It will say it's out of range and lock you out from trying to do anything in the 220 range. So, to get around that, what we have to do is change the radio vendor. So in Chirp, when you use it, the vendor is going to be radio oddity, and then the radio is going to be a UV-5RX3. That's a Tri Band version, and that of course is in Chirp. So when you use this, you'll end up having that software and change it to this in chirp, and you'll see that you can program anything in 220. So I'm going to go ahead and send it over here, and I have the software with the Baofeng, and you can see we're already communicating. And yes, you do have to have the radio on and powered up. This one is just set up as default at the moment, and we're going through the process of sending the file, which I already pre-made for the dual band unit, to this. So now it is changed, and here we are. We now have GMRS, and I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in to, we don't need this any longer. We did the programming. And that's what's nice. You get a good file. You can program it and save it for everything you want. I'm just spinning this around. Better ways to do it, I'm sure. But yeah, so we got that in. Go ahead, program this in. Got it set up through the watt meter and dummy load, and right there we have. Well, let's go ahead and take this label off again, like the other one. So yeah, this is the new batch, and go ahead.
2, 1, 2.
Yeah, we have this programmed in now to change that voice, because
1817.
that's terrible. So you go through, hit that menu button, and you go up to, and it'll tell you, well, first off, you want to turn on, beep is already off, thank goodness. Some of the settings from the other radio will change. There it is, voice is in English, and that's fine if it stays on, but you can have it turned off. These are the two you want to change, menu setting 21 and 22, which is BFO. If you have labels for and there's the RX LED backlight, so 29 is your we're seeing the transmit, there's the receive, transmit orange, so you can have alerts, and band, that's what we're dealing with there. We don't have to worry about any of this stuff right now, but you can go through a ton of different stuff here in this radio and have everything saved, and you don't have to worry about programming a ton of this different stuff, because it has that voice on, and you can turn that voice off and you don't have to worry about it, and you don't want it. Hit that menu on 14 in this unit, and we're off, exit, and there we go. So we have GRMS, and we have the watt meter set up. Justin, do a dummy load, and let's go ahead and just hit we're on the bottom side here, and these are the frequencies, but it's the same as what I had before. So MERS is VHF, we have 4 watts out, and of course these aren't the high powered versions. I do have it set up on high power mode. So yeah, MERS is VHF. Some of them are a little bit lower than 4 watts. Business band, purple dot, there it is, 4 watts. Marine channels, there we are, 3 or 4 watts. So it looks like these ones are still unlocked. I'll go through these. I'm going through the Marines, going through all the frequencies that I had programmed up. There's weather frequencies that, of course, in a dummy load you're not going to pick it up. And of course on the weather I always set up for okay, there's ham VHF. We're down to 2 watts on that on high. That's up in New York City, we're getting 1 watt off of that channel, off of that, less than a watt. So I mean, depending on these, and of course this is all tight and everything's right. Of course these radios are what they are. FRS, you're getting about 2 watts. So yeah, it is doing its job. Let me see if I can go down here. I think it's on. I can do it off this. One of these, yeah, there's 220. So I just programmed it in just a dummy 222. Yep, we're getting 4 watts there on 1.25 meters, 220. So yeah, these radios are still out there and available to get. And yeah, this is one of the issues a lot of people had when setting these preppers up. Is, I mean, if you can get Tri Band, it's great. It's another band. If you don't use it, you don't use it. But for the cost of these, I got the Tri Band units cheaper than I originally got the original dual band UV-5R. Of course, they had a little more power to it. But yeah, to get these programmed up, you're going to have to go ahead and use this software, the Chirp software, which is easy because it works for Yaesu equipment, a lot of Kenwood equipment. Kenwood equipment I have, public safety units, yeah, they program in here, and you can use that software to program those too. So it's very universal. So if you know how to program one of these radios, you can program all of them just the same with the same software. It's awesome, amazing, and free. But yeah, make sure you change the vendor to Radiodity, and the radio is going to be the UV-5RIII in the Chirp software. But yeah, as of now, and we'll pop this cover off, yeah, these have all the great coverages for anything you would need right there. So yeah, we have the 136 to 173 975 for our VHF. We have our mid-band 200 to 259 975, and then of course our UHF 400 to right on the bottom side of 520. It's 519 975. So yeah, these are still out there, still available. You can get these too. Get them while you can, I guess, because yeah, people are telling me they're getting locked out, and you can only use them for certain things. But yeah. Use your software, use this Chirp software, make life easy. Program a lot of radios, all the Kenwood, public safety, a lot of Yaesu hams, ICOMs, a lot of stuff. Program with this beautiful Chirp software. But yeah, when you get it, you'll get 2 antennas, and you got to switch it out when you're using 1.275. I'm sorry, 1.25 centimeters. See, that's why I always call it 220. This one here, of course, will be 2 meter and 440, which is also 70 centimeters. So, value, yes. Perfect, possibly. Your wattage output will vary depending on your frequencies. And, of course, each unit, getting them less than $30 a piece here with drop-in charger and everything you need to have a professional radio. Because yeah, these are sturdy and built correctly, and I know a lot of guys, saw a lot of articles out in New York City police and all that. Cops were just buying their own Baofeng here and programming them up so they didn't damage the radio. They could just damage a $30 piece. But yeah, $30 radio on police frequencies. You can imagine how terrible that can be, because guys buy all this stuff, and you saw the last video, you saw it, a little upset, just terrible, just trash radio. I'm not surprised. But you know, you go through all the trouble, set up a station, all that, especially those guys. I mean, you know, I didn't set up a lot of trouble to set up mine, but you go through all that trouble, and that's all you do is cause havoc, wreak problems. But of course, it's Christmas. I'm sure they don't have families to enjoy. So they are what they are, and they're probably half drunk at the point. But in regard, this video here, just to let you know, you can still get these unlocked Baofengs depending on where you're at. Just remember, when you program it up, change that vendor, even though it is a Baofeng and under the UVR family, and you can upload and download VHF and UHF, no problem. It'll take everything. But yeah, you have to go to the other model here and allow that to be updated. And this has been around for a while, and I guess this is the fix. That's actual permanent fix. So if you've had this issue before, go ahead and change this radio out and let me know down below. I do appreciate each and every one of you up down here. We have 254 of y'all tuning into this crazy little channel. So we'll be back in the near future with some other fun videos. And yeah, I've been spending a lot of time doing all these edits and stuff. I need to get back to actually doing a little bit of work. So and maybe a little bit of a break in between. But please subscribe if you already haven't down below there. Throw me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below too. What you want to see, what you've seen, what you think about, whatever. But do appreciate y'all, and see you in the next video. 73s.